Hey everyone, welcome back to the final part of this beauty retouch for this young lady for her portfolio. This last part is going to be for the third part, which is the sharpening and just to bring a little bit of texture back in the skin. As you can see, it's very detailed, a lot of texture in it already, but we're going to just probably bring it back just a little bit more. Um, so yeah, so we're going to show you just for right now what we've done so far. So on part one, we dealt with the frequency separation, blending, and texture layer in the cleanup area. This is supposed to be the before and after for that. So the texture layer dealt with just removing the blemishes, and then the blending layer was to basically color the skin a little globally with just the color layer before and after that one. And then on part two, we dealt with the micro and the macro dodge and burn. So for the macro, it was pretty much just very detailed, removing those little blotchy areas that was there, and the macro dodge and burn was basically a global dodge and burn. And I noticed something as I was working on it before, that I wanted to kind of dodge and burn this area right here. This usually happens when you kind of working on something for a long time, you kind of miss a few things. So we're going to try to this area right here. So we're going to try to fix this area right here. Actually, yeah, we're going to try to fix this little area right here underneath, above our eyebrow, and right here also. That's that little area that we're going to do. So we'll hide it for now. And we'll go back to it. So because we didn't do a stamp layer, we can actually go back to a lot of our layers that we've worked on. So I'm going to go back to the macro. Actually, I'm going to go back to the micro dodge and burn layer, and we're going to burn that area. So brush, white brush, 4%, and pressure opacity turned on. And we're just going to just actually we're going to use a help layer also, and we're going to just basically just darken these areas right here. So this is going to be really quick, just to even it out a little bit. I didn't notice it in the last video. Alright, I think that's better. Alright, so we're going to see how that looks. I think we did a pretty good job right now with that. So let's see. Yeah, okay, that's better. Okay. Alright, so for the third part, we are going to sharpen our image. So usually I'll do a sharpening and we'll see if we need a little bit of liquefying, but I doubt it. She's pretty good. Now we don't need to do any, doesn't seem like we need to do any any liquefying to her face or her body, anything. It's pretty good. It's really good actually. So we're going to skip past the liquefying part of it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a new sample tool. So Command, Option, Shift, and E. That creates a new sample layer of everything that we've done so far down below. And usually what I do is two things. I add noise to the image, so I'll go to Filter, Noise, and then Add Noise. And I do it at about 2% Gaussian and then monochromatic. And if you notice, that really kind of enhances the skin a little bit, a lot more. It's really subtle. Like, let me just show you, like 5%. So this is at 5% of sharpening. So we don't want that much. We just want around like 2% is decent. It's good. And that does is basically just adds a little more texture back to the skin. And it evens it out and everything. So it looks really good. And it also adds texture to the background. And maybe we'll fix this area. Oh yeah, you know what? We'll fix this area. But yeah, so it adds basically texture to the area, to the skin. So hit OK. And what we're gonna do, we don't want the noise to be added to the eye or the lips. So what we do is gonna add a mask layer, and we're gonna keep it on a white mask, and we're gonna change our brush to black because we're gonna hide that area. So flow at 100%. Turn off your pressure opacity and just kind of just paint over the eye. And same on this side. And the lips. Okay. So what we just did was pretty much just remove the noise from that area. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a select sharpening for her eyes. So again, so this time we're gonna change it to white brush since the layer is black, and we're gonna go down till about, actually we can go to 100%, and we'll just bring that layer down. So we do 100%, and we'll just kind of just go over her eyes, go over that eye. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to bring the fill down maybe to about 25% or so. So that just sharpens the eye. That looks good. Good. Okay. And lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to click on clarity. Clarity basically does a dust and scratches layer, and I'm sorry, surface blur, and it creates the surface blur, and it basically just adds a little more texture back to the layer. So this usually takes a little while for this to do this, so we'll just wait until it so on this last image, on this last video, again, I want to thank everybody for supporting my video and liking my videos and commenting. I really want to thank everyone for watching. It means a lot when people support me when I do this. Again, I'm not a retoucher, so I'm just kind of just showing everybody typically how I retouch. Everybody has different ways of how they retouch their videos. There's many different ways of dodging and burning, and many different ways of how people add texture to the layer and to the skin, and there's plenty of ways of doing a lot of things. Photoshop is it's a very good tool, and it has a lot of ways of doing things. So if you see anything that You know, if there's anything that I'm doing that you feel like can be done better, please share with me. I'm always open for new ways of retouching. And if you feel that my videos have helped you, please definitely leave a comment. You can message me on my website. You can message me, follow me on Instagram, and send me a message. I'm very responsive when it comes to that stuff. I try to message back to everybody. So if you need help for anything, something that I haven't said or taught, um, let me know what it is, and if I don't really know how to do it, I'll find out how to do it, and then I'll do a video about it and share how to do it. So we'll wait for this a little bit, to go for the surface blur, and then we'll do the last final step, which is pretty much when it sharpens a lot, you typically bring the fill down to about 20% or so. But depending on the image and depending on the texture, how much texture it has in the image, will determine how much you add and how much you take away. So we're almost there. This thing takes up a lot of processor. All right, almost there. All right, so if you take a look, this is the before clarity and the after. So it basically adds this little more texture back into the image. So it kind of give it that realistic feel to it. So it's not really plastic and really smooth, but it still shows texture back in the skin and everything. So I think we're good. We don't have to. We'll bring it down just a little bit. So we'll go down to about 20% or so. Not a whole lot. All right, and then we're going to group these together, and it's called this. And sharpen. And that's it. So here's the final image, the before and the after. Before and after. So if you guys like this, it's just like my YouTube channel and like this video. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thanks everybody for watching.